Okay, I hope this is gonna work. Hello. I don't know if anybody here. Please tell in the chat if everything is alright. The preview told me that the sound is more or less okay, but it may be kind of different from your perspective. All right, cool. So okay, we're gonna do this sad boy over here. Okay. I had bad luck with this painting so far because it already destroyed itself and the file got corrupted. So I hoped it wouldn't happen again. I mean, why a guy who's grieving can't be a sad boy? It's a violation of sad boy rules, sad boy rights. Okay, so kind of this file got corrupted one time, and I only had some layers restored. Like you can see that. That's why it looks so weird. I swear it looked okay, but not all the layers were restored by a very nice team of Clip Studio Paint, who said like, "Oh my god, this thing is so corrupt. We can't do anything. Have your file and please go away." But yeah, they saved some of the layers. I don't know how long it gonna take. I think an hour and a half. Yeah, they contacted me, or I contacted them. Sad boy has all the rights. Okay. I see there are 4 viewers. Hi guys. You can write something in the chat because it will make everything seem less awkward. It's just a weird thing with the music on the YouTube because I usually stream in Picato or on some other services. Hiya. Приветик. Yeah, Sam. You surely do. Hello? Okay. As I said, it's kind of tricky with the YouTube. I'm kind of afraid it's gonna block the channel or something strike me, something like that, for using, for example, Hadestown music. It's gonna be really, really awkward. And I'm gonna be sad because there are some animations that are dear for me. They're like not that they are really good, but I don't think I saved some of them on my computer. Yeah, sure. Please eat. Oh, you streamed, and And what happened? I know you wrote that you kind of used Hadestown soundtrack, and but I didn't get what happened next. It just abruptly stopped, or something like that. Thanks. I'm kind of trying to work on the colors because I understood that my colors were really, really random when I'm painting. Um, yeah, I thought that too, that they blocked the last part. Um, like, I don't know if this stream will remain on the channel. Like, I don't mind it remaining. I mean, I'm probably gonna sound really, really bad. Because it's always painful to hear your English from the side, and I have a kind of weird accent, and I know that. I mean, I don't think they're gonna block the channel as a whole. Like, I'm not really. I wouldn't be really that sorry if they block it, because I barely post anything and I don't have followers. Like, not much. I don't know how many people do I have. 100 probably after my attempts at animatics. Okay, I like uh hopefully you understand what I'm speaking about. So I kind of decided to work on my colors because I uh, didn't feel so sure when I'm painting. I'm like super random when it comes to that. I'm just picking random colors, and I can't understand when they are like look good together and when they are not, and I kind of got annoyed with that. So now I'm trying to be more thoughtful of what I'm doing. I'm kind of glad with how this palette turned out. Plus, plus, yes, I got to paint the background, which is a really rare occasion. Because I'm really afraid of the backgrounds. It was actually funny when I when I tried to communicate with the uh, Clip Studio support group. they're like really, really nice people. It's nice that they even had have this opportunity to send them the file, so they would try to restore it, and they answered really fast. Um, but but it was kind of weird because Clip Studio added this time lapse function, so you can now record how you draw and post the videos. The function that I currently abusing a lot. um, and I kind of started to record the process of this painting. Uh, but I guess one of the reasons why the file got corrupted, maybe because the recording was that heavy, because when I sent this folks from the support group the file, it was like 1 gigabyte, and that's a lot, because in the next email they were like, this thing is corrupted as hell, and please don't send us file that are more than 3 megabytes. So yeah, I'm kind of sad that the process got destroyed. Like it's another file. I had to luckily I had to um resave it and put in another folder. And the file that I put in another folder, it got corrupted, and this one it didn't. So I now have more or less all the layers um, safely, all the imported layers handled safely. But mm, but it's trouble. Actually, the saddest part is that these bricks got destroyed because I already colored them, and I made this uh, lines, and it was the most annoying part of the process. Actually, uh, I'm sad it got destroyed. The lines are so annoying. 7 people watching. Hello to those of you who came. Uh, like this art is kind of inspired by one really big fanfic. um, like you can say that he's just being sad because Persephone isn't there. But this whole illustration is really inspired by the fic called Winter Night and Summer's Ore, which is really good. Like you might check it out, but mind it that it's kind of 23 chapters that are kind of connected to each other, but it's like each chapter is like a story set in the timeline of Hadestown universe. In a way, like the fic itself is divided in 4 parts. Summer, that is like the beginning of Hades and Persephone relationship, and there is there is autumn, where the troubles starting to show off, and there is winter, where everything goes really, really bad, and there is spring, that is more or less set in post-canon, and I have hopes it won't be that angsty. Like, the fic is really cool, but it's awfully sad at some points, and even the happiest chapters become really sad. when you think about them in retrospective. So yeah, this art is kind of inspired by one of the chapters set in spring in post canon. Um, like one of the main problems in set in this fanfic is the fact that um, Hades and Persephone can't have kids. Like they're trying, but they're failing, and a lot of problems are coming from that. At least in this fix universe, obviously. Um, and there was a chapter that kind of hit me a lot. It's a very very angsty chapter. Uh, mm, but there was that idea that Hades plants a flower for each child that didn't make it, which is awfully sad. uh, but the image kind of stayed in my brain. So for the people who didn't who didn't read the fanfic, it's just a sad pic. But for those of us who read it, it's I guess even even sadder picture. Like it's very very sad, and the fig is really good. I'm thinking about it all the time. Um, because hopefully there's gonna be an update. But it's very very angsty. So like there are no specific reason, but no, but there are flowers, and it's kind of a reference to that fic. Uh, but if you don't want to see it, there is just a sad Hades. Like he has plenty of reasons to be sad without these really sad problems. I'm sorry, I might sound like I'm laughing, but I'm just nervous, and this is my nervous behavior. Ah, hi. Um, the fanfic is great. Actually, I guess it's one of my favorites, and in the fandom at the moment. Like there are a lot of great stories to read. I'm mostly reading Hades and Persephone because I'm a trash for this pairing, but this fanfic is really good, and I really enjoyed because it kind of uh, it kind of connected with the ancient Greek lore. So there are other Olympians in the chapters, and I think that uh, the author writes them really well because they all have their character traits, and they are really really recognizable. Um, like Demeter, I hope I pronounced it right because this I can't pronounce English words right, and but but Greek names in English they sound really really weird. Um, so she's really cool in this fanfic. Like she has her own character, and that's that's really really amazing when you read something. Like there are some troubles because of that Greek lore, but uh, mm, so like uh, it's it's a really good story to read like you can read only some chapters because there are a lot of hard content in there. Like some parts are E-rated, and some people don't want to read that. And some parts kind of have difficult topics, and all that, but it's all properly tagged, so you can choose what to read and want to, and yeah, this is Winter Night and Summer's All. Plus, I really like the point of view of the characters. I really enjoy how Ace writes them. It's like some thoughts are just like how I'd imagine the the characters behaving, and it's really cool. I mean, it depends on your viewing of the characters in the musical, but for me it was really really on point. Plus, again, it's fun because these chapters, they are not like one thing said after another. They are uh, they have a chronological order, but they are not a suit of each other. For the most part, there are some parts that are connected. There are some parts that don't. Um, and you can choose to start with the latest chapters and then go to the earliest chapters, like I did, because when I first opened Winter Night and Summer's Or, I'm actually not a fan of E-rated fics. When I went to the Hadestown tag, first of all, I kind of checked everything that was T-rated, uh, because in general, it's the fics I'm most comfortable with. But then, like, I wanted to check what was there in M section, in E section, and it turned out there are a lot of good fics in there. But when I found Winter Night and Summer's Or, I was like, um, well, I don't want to read some of these chapters because they seem pretty intense. Like in the end, I read all of them, obviously, uh, and so I kind of read like 5 or something like that, and some of them, and I enjoyed them, but I thought, no, I don't think I'm gonna be reading all of that because I'm scared of the warnings. Uh, but then there was a lack of content, uh, like a thing that moves you through your barriers. And I started to read these chapters, and it turned out that they were connected to all the others that I've read. There were little details that were kind of pointing to some scenes in uh, in the latest chapters and in the previous chapters, and it's really cool because when you understand these references, it's both really really painful because you know where it's going, but at the same time it's really exciting because you understand that this part was really well thought through by the author to give that hint. uh Yeah, the part where Hera, I hope, again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing names, where she comes to visit. It's a really interesting part because you can see Hades and Persephone from different point of view, which is kind of interesting because for the most part in this fic and in most Hadestown fics, you see the characters from their perspective or from author's perspective. like I think for the most part, most fics I've read uh, were from Persephone or Hades' point of view. So when there is that shift to Hera's side, who's like very, so to say, bitchy about everything and about Persephone in general, because she's, so to say, how to say it, illegal kid of Zeus. Uh, it kind of gives good vibes, like good how to say it, really interesting perspective to the narrative, which is again really cool. And we discussed with a friend like today that this fic is huge. Like it's longer than the longest Harry Potter book, which is also really exciting. Um, like yeah, I just think about this fic a lot, and I hope for an update. Like I even have the memes. Yeah, if you are telling about Harry Potter book, yes, that's it. Like I also didn't believe that, but but it actually is, because it doesn't. I don't know, because this fic is kind of separated on uh in chapters, and I don't know, some chapters are really long. I remember that the wedding part was very very long. Uh, it's just really hard to stop reading it once you started. Um, like I can't say that I read it in like in a few days, um, because again I started with some random chapters that that were mostly G-rated. Um, but then I kind of returned, mm, and then I couldn't stop reading once I understood that the stories are actually connected. Because again, I'm silly. I didn't understand it from the start, because I read the description in half eye, like with one eye, and there was something like it's like it's a series of prompts that aren't connected. I'm like, okay, they're not connected, whatever. Reading in whatever order I want, and I'm like River Song from Doctor Who. I I can't I can't start from the start. I need to go from the end to the beginning, and then maybe to the middle. Uh, and I don't think that I actually read the fic in the good order. Like I read all the chapters, but in complete random. Yeah, I am. As a person who started watching Doctor Who by watching the second, your attention, the second part of uh, how was it how was it called, um, the end of time, I guess, that two series episode of like series 4 finale, like they were like specials where the master does some weird stuff and eats people. Like I started with the second part. It was my first Doctor Who episode. And not like I saw it on TV. I just randomly opened I just typed Doctor Who and opened a random episode instead of starting it from the start. So like my first episode was the one where David Tennant regenerated, and I didn't understand a thing that happened there. And I was like, well, that seems like a good show. I guess I should start watching it like a normal person. You haven't watched it? Like, you missed a lot. A lot of eating people. Uh, I'm kind of sad that I also love Nines, but I guess when I watched Doctor Who, and now I can't say that I'm currently watching. Like, I didn't watch the last episode that was aired a few days ago. Um, like, I'm sort of lost my interest in Doctor Who, which is really sad because the show was really dear to me uh, for basically ages. Like, my personality was shaped by Doctor Who. Um, but I kind of lost my interest, which is always kind of heartbreaking. I would love to love Doctor Who with the same passion again, but so far it isn't happening. Uh, no, actually, Nines. I don't think he was my favorite Doctor. Like, ever. I remember liking him when I saw him first, but I don't think I had enough time to get properly attached. Um, I don't remember crying when he regenerated. Uh, then I guess I got into the Tennant's Doctor, like many people do. Um, and I really became a fan of the Tenth Doctor. And I remember shipping them with Rose, but not actively. Like, I thought they were cute, but nothing more. Like, Doctor Who is a fandom that I feel really embarrassed reading fanfics of. Like, I barely read like 5 Doctor Who fanfics, like, not including Gallifrey fanfics. It's a different thing. Um, it's a different conversation. But in terms of Doctor Who, it, for some reason I can't. And when the fanfics are shippy, it's really really weird for me. I'm not a huge fan of shipping in Doctor Who. Um, I remember I loved 10th, and then uh, when he regenerated, I can't say that I was a huge fan of Matt Smith. Uh, but at some point, I grew to love him a lot. I guess it was when the series 7 aired. I was really into the fandom back then, and I remember watching the episodes in on BBC Online or something like that as they aired. And I can say that I barely knew English back then, um, but I just really needed to see the episodes firsthand. Uh, but then I grew cold to the 11th Doctor. Though I remember when it was announced that Matt Smith is going away. I was really really heartbroken. I was like, I don't know. I was 13. Van Gogh episode. It was great. It was amazing. Like, uh, I haven't rewatched um, Matt Smith episodes for a long while. Uh, as well as all the other parts of Doctor Who. But yeah, when I learned that he's leaving, I was really heartbreaking. I was really heartbroken, and then when he left, I remember I was crying my eyes out. I was really sentimental, but I really like Peter Capaldi from the start. when he was announced, I kind of watched a few films with him, and his doctor is really dear to me. Um, I wished he'd have more more uh better episodes, so to say. But I kind of lost my interest during series 10, I guess. I was really involved when the series 9 came out. Um, but, but then I kind of lost my interest again. I remember I had this, ins and outs of the fandom from time to time. Like when the series 8 came out, I was really disappointed. When the series 9 came out, I was really into the series. And then when the series 10 dropped, I was like, oh, I don't care much. And right now, I also mostly don't care. Um, Sadly, the episodes kind of don't get me. Even though I really like Judy Whittaker's Doctor, like she's cool. I like how he plays it, how she plays the part. But I don't know. I wished I was the same fan as I was back in my teen days. Damn, like 30 minutes came by and I have um, two weird trees. Yeah, Christmas Carol is a great episode actually. I really loved it. It's I'd say that it's one of my favorites when it comes to Doctor Who specials. I actually barely remember uh, Doctor Who specials. I don't remember 12 specials. He had not a bad one between series 8 and series 9. I think there were really touching parts when it came to Clara. Why? Why is it painful to watch? Like, I was told that Jack was really good in the last episode. Like, I was kind of really salty when he came out in series. What was the last series? 12? 12. Yeah, I guess it was series 12. Because I thought that his, sudden appearance was handled really silly. Uh, like I don't know, I just got really angry because he came out and there were these again stupid jokes. All right, like I'm not a huge fan of these jokes. Um, like when the dude comes in and he's like, there is a space invasion, and he's like, okay, I need to tell the doctor something really, really important, like very important. Her life depends on it, and you must tell her what I'm about to say. And the companions are like, yeah, yeah, sure, man, we're ready to listen. What is that? And he's starting, flirting or something like that. And he's like, I have like 1 minute left. I have to tell you this information. And you, as a viewer, you're like, yeah, go on, please tell. And and he's like continues flirting, and of course he's got interrupted in a half word while telling the important information finally. um like I was really salty because of that. Because it's like in the sitcom, like it's usually funny, but but you get a serious situation, and you get that, and people like me, annoying grumpy people, are annoyed and grumpy and salty about it. Uh, but like, but I told it was he was really interesting in the episode. Maybe when I finally watch the last 3 episodes of the series 12, and when I finally watched uh, the the Christmas special, I will finally understand what is this timeless child thing everybody is talking about. Um, I made it to Capaldi's run, to the end of Capaldi's run. Well, it's kind of understandable. Not gonna lie. Like, I can't say it was bad. I mean, it was okay. Like, it was okay. But I can't say that there were tons of great episodes lately. Uh, like, there were some good ones. I think Rose Park's episode was interesting. Uh, but it's series 11. I think it maybe if it I wasn't I didn't get the spoilers about the master. Maybe I would be more impressed with the first two parts of series 12. The dialogue and the pacing was bad. Well, that happens. No, I'm not going to judge that because I haven't seen the thing. But I can say that the pacing was already a problem with Moffat's Doctor Who in some episodes at least. I think Moffat's era had a lot of problems um, when it came to some things. Uh, like Moffat's Sherlock had a lot of problems. Um, mm, Obviously, when it came to the arcs, in my opinion, again, I'm not a hater. I'm for the most part I'm indifferent, but it's sad that Moffat writes really good episodes when they are like 1-2 episodes, when he's not handling the whole series arc. Uh, but I feel like when he's a showrunner, he kind of forgets about the fact that he has to finish stuff, and that's there are some problems. But even in the latest Moffat era, there were some episodes that I really enjoyed. Like, I remember when I saw Heaven Sent. Um, I wouldn't say that it's a folder of works in progress, but there are some things that he could have worked better. Like, I think that when he's under someone's control, like when he was with Russell T Davies, he actually wrote his best Doctor Who episodes. And if you watch the polls of Doctor Who fandoms, of the Doctor Who fandom, you will see that these episodes are still one of the fans' favorite when it came to the new series. Like Don't Blink, uh, the Empty Child arc was really really good. He's good at imagining monsters and at writing them. But when it comes to the arcs, which is really, really visible when it comes to Sherlock, he kind of, when he gets a lot of power, it feels like his writing suffers, in my opinion, again. All that I'm saying right there is my opinion. Like, just, um, like in Sherlock, the first series was okay, but once Moffat has this trait when he thinks that he's more clever than all the others, and it's actually, in my opinion, it crushes a lot of his work. Uh, like he can do great stuff, but when he's like, only clever people can understand that thing, or only clever people can understand that I actually did a clever thing. No, man. Like, um, like when there was that series 3, when after the Reichenbach fall, uh, when for the 2 years, I guess it was 2 years, the fandom thought about good and logical ways of how Sherlock could have survived. And of course, they were handled the challenge to make his fall, uh, you know, to make the resolution of the problem both logical and interesting and unexpected. But they just mocked the fans, which I think isn't really nice. Like okay, they mocked him, but the conclusion, or but the resolution of the problem wasn't really interesting. And it was it was, I guess, stupider than most of the theories that were in the internet back in that time. Like, I wasn't really into the Sherlock fandom, but I remember there was a really, really interesting theory about Sherlock handling the ball into his, armpit, so that would stop the pulse or something like that. There were interesting ideas. People are leaving because because I'm talking about Sherlock. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot. Yeah, actually, the Empty Child was an amazing episode. Okay, I'm just really slow with that painting. Damn, it's been like an hour and I've only done a few trees. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it today. Uh, I hope I'm gonna finish it. Wait, I'm gonna save the file and I'm gonna hope it won't collapse. Because each time I'm saving the file, it shows me a scary a scary black screen, which is which is really really disturbing. I'm both bad at marathons and and sprints. So yeah, you might need another 100 years. I'm actually always scared that yeah, scary black screen doesn't show up, which is good. I'm just really slow at some things. Um, like yesterday, I made uh like two little sketches, and it took me like about 2 hours. I think it was 2 hours because I was and there have been these first sketches, so I like just put in the details and drew the lines more correctly, so to say. Um, and it took about 2 hours because I kind of I kind of watched two documentaries while drawing it. Uh, it was really interesting. Um, I'm trying to watch some educational content so I won't get too silly watching only stupid let's play videos. But I also I'm suffering with my attention. Like I'm I'm pretty miserable at work, and actually I started this stream so I would finish it like in one go, uh, because otherwise I'm get terribly distracted by some random stuff like listening to the Hadestown album for like an embarrassing amount of time. Like my Spotify Unwrapped was like, friend, please stop. You really shouldn't do that. Like, please, who is listening to the Hadestown every day? You shouldn't do that. It's bad for your mental health. Um, um, but I'm like, I'm just yeah on the loop for months. I actually got really scared because I'm into Hadestown for I guess from May. Um, I guess I was listening to it from May. My my life drastically changed. Now each of my days starts with listening way down Hadestown. Um, but uh, I just I'm so surprised. Hadestown got me uh so into it. Like I can't remember any musical making me think odd about it. I mean, I had the Phantom of the Opera stage, but I mean, when it comes to Phantom, there are some other sources where you can pull the information. I think that Hadestown is kind of limited, and it's probably one of the reasons why there are seemingly not so many people in the fandom, like so many active people in the fandom. Like there are obviously a lot of Hadestown fans out there, but like people who actively creating and participating in fandom. Even in Hadestown Discord chat, it's mostly it's mostly really, really um, silent most of the time, and there are the same people who are talking. Yeah, yeah. I'm also really surprised because I wouldn't say that I would get into it so much. Like when I first got into the Hadestown, I kind of it takes me a lot of time to actually sit and watch something. And again, I feel like I'm suffering a lot with my attention currently for the past few years. Like it's hard to me to watch new stuff. It's one of the reasons, I guess, why I dropped on Doctor Who. Uh, like I can't make myself watch even the series that I'm into it. Like it's been a few weeks that I'm trying to make myself watch his Dogma series 2 um and the Mandalorian series 2. Like I watched a few episodes, but I can't finish it. And so when I got into Hadestown, I like uh, it's hard to explain how my weird attention works, but it's like to read a certain book or to watch a certain movie. I had to. It might sound weird, but I have to mince the thing for a dozen of times, like in my feed or I don't know, uh, or maybe in some different platforms. Like I remember when I got into Pride and Prejudice, I uh, I saw some gifs. Then in the Twitter, I found some rumblings about Pride and Prejudice, and there was some some things that also found me in the same period of time connected with Pride and Prejudice. And so after that, I watched it and I really loved it. And with Hadestown, it was kind of like that uh, because I saw in a lot of fan art in some blogs dedicated to the musicals, and I thought, like, the fan arts are great, and I really like the aesthetic of it. Like, I really liked Orpheus' character design because it looked really simple, yet something very Disneyish movie like. Like I always thinking how Hadestown would be cool as a Disney movie. Like I can't imagine it as a live action, musical, but I can imagine it like 2D Disney movie. And I finally had some time and some attention to listen to it and to watch it. So I decided to check it out. Uh, Yeah, animation would be great. So I decided to check it out. And um, I remember I found Wait for It. And for some people, it's like a thing that gets them into the musical. But I found Wait for It. And I really like the song. But I can't say that it was like, wow, experience for me. Uh, I was like, yeah, it's a good song. I'm gonna put it in my playlist. Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna watch the musical because watching and listening are different things. Like watching requires a lot more a lot more attention. Um, uh, I'm sorry when I'm stopping. I'm reading the comments. Uh, but uh, I started to Google some other songs and I found Way Down Hadestown. I don't think I got the vibes of the songs from the start. I can't say that I was, uh, shot shot in the heart from the start by Hadestown. But I think that the song that really got me into listening to the album was uh, very surprisingly "Why We Build a Wall," because it has this repetitive verses, and it's really hypnotizing and creepy at the same time. Uh, and and I watched it, and I really like it. And there was a video where they are just the cast of Hadestown is just sitting in the studio, and Anais, I hope I pronounced it right, and Eva, they are and Unready Shield, they're singing along as a chorus for Hades, and I was really stunned by this song, and I decided to give it a listen to the whole album. Um, and uh, and uh, and again, I listened to the whole to the whole thing. Um, and again, I found some songs that I really enjoyed. Uh, and they were mostly Orpheus and Eurydice songs, which is really weird because right now I'm like currently shifting shifting towards Hades and Persephone, songs. I listen to chant a lot. Uh, but back then I was really into Orpheus and Eurydice. And so at some point, I really got it really got me with "Wait for Me" reprise, with "Come Home with Me," with "Wedding Song," with "Wait for Me," and I started watching. Oh wait, I'm gonna read the comments through a lot. Um, the grandness. Uh, okay, I read the comments. That's why I got stuck. Yeah, it's I love that Hadestown. It's a very unique musical for me because everyone can find something in it, and different people see different things in it. Like you can see both the problem of global warming, you can see a problem of a relationship problem, a problem of misunderstanding, and inability to listen and to trust, which is also heartbreaking. But what I like about Hadestown is that it's both heartbreaking and very healing in some sort. Like it ends uh, it ends really sadly, but you don't feel like I don't know, you've been put into emotional meat maker or something like that. I don't know how this thing's called. Um, like it really gets you on some deep emotional level. It doesn't leave you not caring for all the characters, even for Hades, who's the villain in this history. He's obviously like an antagonist and a pretty nasty guy, but um, but there is something really human in these characters, and there are a lot of things that you can think about it. And the concept is really vague, which is I think uh, an opportunities for different people to see this different setting. Like what I like about it, it's not like, so to say, uh, I don't know how to put it. I want to say America centered, um, but I don't know how to explain it. Like, I guess it's one of the reasons why I'm not really into the Heathers and into Dear Evan Hansen and all the high school musicals like that, because they seem very country specific, though they are great, but I can't say they deeply touch me emotionally. And Hadestown gets that. It gets uh, that emotion uh, that is just general for many people. Uh, Hadestown. Uh, uh, Hadestown breaks your heart, but it uplifts you every time. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Yeah, I mean it's a very universal thing, and it's what I love about Hadestown. It's both universal and it's very personal at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a great musical. Hello, thanks for dropping in. It's not late. I've just been painting some trees very very slowly. Maybe slow playing Hades the game in the middle of fighting him. Oh, good luck. Good luck with fighting with that. Um, yeah, that's exactly like it. You you just you just get something. Like my heart literally breaks every time that Hades and Persephone do that little dance, and when the flower appears in his hands, it's like always gets me. Uh, this I watched the show like hundreds of times, but when I saw it for the first time, I I felt a huge amount of emotion. Like I remember I finished watching it, and I was like, how people who see Hadestown live literally survive this, because I felt so deeply touched uh, by what happened. I felt both really sad and really uplifted at the same time. And it just, I just, I just sat there staring in the blackness, and I was like, wow, I saw something really cool right now. Like, I just saw something amazing. And I just, I can't imagine how the people who saw it did feel. Like, how you can walk out of the theater after that, because I was literally stunned, and I don't remember that uh, happening a lot with me when I watch musicals. Even though I'm a huge musical fan, and I watched a lot of stuff, um, but this uh, amount of connection, this amount of thought put in it, because it's a very original thing in a sort of way. Like, um, oh wait, I'm gonna read. Um, okay, there's a bit. Yeah. Um, so like when you have stories like for example, the Phantom of the Opera, and I was a Phantom of the Opera fan uh, for a few years. You still have something for the background. Like you have a book, you have multiple movie adaptations, and in Hadestown, okay, you have the myths, but they are different. You have the story is based on the same myth, but they again they're different. They handle the situation differently. The characters are different, and what I like is that um, how kind of unusual the characters of Hades and Persephone are in Hadestown. Like they're not like classical. Oh, oh, he's such an Emma boy, and she's such a pure girl whose mother, was too protective of her. Like how the modern media portray this history, this myth that wasn't about that at all. Like look at Laura Olympus, for example. Um, it's they're both complicit characters. Um, they're not exactly uh, the good people, but they are so human and they are so so surprisingly touching in the end. I think one of I'm sorry, I can talk about Hadestown for hours. Uh, 1 second. Uh, uh, in it's all the bushes. It's bushes, and these are flower beds, and these are gonna be flowers. Um, I forgot what I was talking about. I'm horrible at swimming. Uh, yeah. Uh, damn, I forgot what I was talking about. I don't know. Remind me. I just randomly start uh rumble about Hades and Persephone. Uh, yeah, Hades sound, but what exactly? Ah, yeah, I remembered. Okay, I remembered. Um, I remembered that. I think for me, the part of the success of Hades and Persephone characters is the fact that the change between the Act One and the Act Two is probably very sudden for the viewers. Like there is a certain aspect of uh, unmasking the characters in in metaphorical way. Like the way we see them in Act One, uh, we see them. I think in their in how we see them how they want to be portrayed. Like Hades want to be a cool boss who doesn't care for stuff. Persephone also want to seem like she doesn't care about her relationship problems and any other stuff, and she's just jolly and drunk and everything is okay, and she doesn't give a damn. But I like how in Act Two they're like both opening as a characters, and you see them developing. But what I like the most is that you can see the glimpses of this of them after they listened in. Damn, I'm so bad with phrasing. I mean, you can see who they really are in Act One if you are careful enough. Uh, like there are some moments when they show their real faces, like the fact that Hades actually really sad his wife leaving, Persephone being pretty sad by this whole Eurydice situation, at least in some bootlegs. Again, I'm judging by the bootlegs. Uh, and in the Act 2, you kind of uh, see them more real without their mask, masks of perception. I don't know. Just I'm sorry. I'm bad at that. Um, yeah, walkers are really cool. I think they're. I think the walkers are a really interesting addition to the Broadway version. Yeah, yeah. I really like the working chorus. And I really like the mortals in the story. Uh, I think they even have some personality, even though they're just the chorus members. And I really like their parts, like musically. Actually, it's one of the reasons why it's always a hard choice for me. What version of Hadestown to use when I'm planning another animatic, because like all these lyrics are great, but this has walkers and the cool chorus, and this hasn't, and you're like, oh, and I choose the chorus or this or that. Okay, we're almost done with the bosses. I hope you're happy. Um, in most versions of the myth, they're just shades. Yeah, chant to animatic. Uh, I like from the one side, from the one hand, I like New York Theater Workshop vibes when. As far as I understood the idea, the audience should be the workers in the workshop, like they're the souls that are listening to Orpheus' song, which is an interesting idea. Uh, but at the same time, seeing these workers makes us think more about what's uh, how much bad things Hadestown is doing with these people. How much bad things Hades himself makes in his hope to of pleasing Persephone for no reason. Like I still find the fact that he's trying to make a hell city to please his wife. At the same time, it's a heartbreaking thing, and it's both a really hilarious thing. Like imagine being married to eco-friendly girl, and you're like. Dear, for our wedding anniversary, I killed, an animal, or like, I got you a fur of real, animal skin, or I don't know, something like that. It's like it's so stupid. Like Hades has no logic at all. Uh, but again, he's seeing how all this Hades Town situation affects the workers directly, and to see how the workers wake up during the show. It's really cool. I really like these moments in chant reprise when they're like starting to ask questions. Uh, when they finally see, this kind of uh, weak points in Hades propaganda. If we are free, why can't we go? If we are free, why should we keep our heads low and all that? And there is this little moment in Epic 3 when they put their heads out, they put their heads off in the beginning, and they are looking, I guess, in the crack of in the wall, like they're seeing it for the first time. It's really heartbreaking. uh Only one paper's pneumatic. uh uh Actually, the fic I was talking about previously has the story for the walkers, but it's again connected with that idea of children. Uh, and it's an interesting idea. But it makes me wonder if Hades, uses child labor. Like, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, their names are really nice. Actually, Jason sounds much better in Russian when we talk about, the Greek hero. Oh wait, what did you miss? Like, I like the Greek names, but in Russian, that Jason sounds doesn't sound like it sounds in English. I guess, like, not that regular name, because in Russian it's like Yason. I guess, if I understood the hero correctly. Because if it would be like uh, a regular name for a folk in America, for example, it would be Jason, like you say in America. But for the Greek hero, it would be Yason. So it's it sounds better. Oh dear. Okay, I'm saving. Black screen. Uh, is this uh an art for a fanfic? Well, it kinda is, but at the same time, not really. Not really. It's inspired by a fic, and the idea was inspired by the fic, um, but but in general, just take this idea. It's not connected with the chapter itself, with a certain chapter. Damn, I'm really moving really slow. I'm just. It's 9 p.m. here, and I started at like 7:30. But I'm like only on not done with the flower beds. Um. Oh, they will appear again. I just need to prepare the green first. Because there's gonna be the leaves, and then I will add some flowers. Yeah, yes. Yeah, again, the concept of Hades giving Persephone capitalism as a gift. The whole chant is both hilarious and super sad. Like they literally don't hear each other. It's it's heartbreaking. I damn. Um. Yeah, obviously he's like 5 minutes time, and I'm getting her. Actually, it's not that sad. Uh, it's like 5 minutes into the spring, and he's like, well, 6 months left. 5 months, 30 days, all that. It has seasons. It's weird. I'd say it's a creepy idea for the workers. It means that like their shifts are questionable. Oh damn, damn! She left the flowers. No, no, please. Hades has no rights to sing flowers. Honestly. Damn, I know who's gonna be. Actually, I don't understand. I was painting the wall, and Sam wasn't excited. Hades founds really do have one brain cell. You were? Oh, okay. Damn, this would be a really high flower beds. Damn, imagine Hades coming to a zoo and coming to the, you know, cage with giraffes in that, and he's like, damn, this wall is so big. I wish I'd had that wall. I don't know, just I just find the concept of Hades just like it was in general really hilarious. Um, Probably all flowers die in Hadestown. Okay. Whatever. Uh, okay, this actually is really weird. I don't know. It doesn't look bad from afar. Okay. I hope this time flowers will turn out better because last time I painted before the file crashed. I kind of didn't like how they turned out, so I thought of redoing them anyway. Um, oh, that's an interesting headcanon. I actually really like that in the fic we discussed. Um, Hades' tattoo comes from the war with Titans, and from the fact that he actually was was the protector, which kind of is sad in Hadestown narrative because like his initially more or less good intentions towards his wife turned out the most destructive ones. I actually don't know how to draw flowers, so they all look the same. I'm like drawing flowers like a 3 year old. I'm feeling so slow. How to speedrun a drawing? please. Yeah, yeah, I remember that verse. It actually, I like some of the lines from that verse. Uh, like also he mentions Persephone's name in that verse, which he doesn't do in the musical at all. Which I could have written a whole article about it, but I'm too lazy. I have some ideas why he doesn't do that. Mm, but plus, this verse kind of gives us an insight into his perspective, how he sees your complaints and chant, because Hades is a bad talker, and well, Hades is a bad listener, and Persephone isn't a good talker, and that's part of the reason why chant is so disastrous. Um, because for him, she's just ungrateful, which we can see in that verse. Because if I remember correctly, he says something like, "And in that symphony of mine, are power chords and power lines, which I arrange and orchestrate, and every day dedicate the magnus opus of my life to my unkind and grateful wife." No, I didn't remember it by heart, just for pure fun. I just really like this verse. Like, he thinks her unkind and ungrateful for not seeing how much good he did. Like, he made capitalism for her. Like, she surely should have appreciated that. That and the global heating. Like, she just can't appreciate fine stuff. Such a pity. Okay. Uh, I actually can talk about my idea of why he's calling her like that, because we still have plenty of time with my snail speed. Uh, yeah, they should go to the couples therapy. Please, please, just just do that. Actually, I think that he doesn't care much about his workers, because for him they're dead. They just they don't count. Like, they don't have feelings, and he don't care for the mortals because he isn't like worshipped or something. Like, Persephone is worshipped, but he isn't. Hello. Um. Okay, so about him calling that calling Persephone, uh, about the fact that he doesn't call Persephone by her name. I think that yeah, it's funny. I think that Hadestown uh, lyrics kind of show that Hades is the most distant from the mortals and from people in general. Like, I have an idea, because Hades is really emotionally isolated from all the other characters. Like, he has nobody apart from Persephone, and it's kind of shown in the language he uses to communicate, in the way he addresses all the other people in Hadestown. Like, if you look at Persephone or Hermes, Hermes, I can't pronounce these names. They're addressing the mortals as brother, sister, and all that, and it's kind of like surely the mortals aren't on the same level as them because they're gods, but but uh, but they are not like pointing themselves like mighty high uh, on top of them, like how to say it. Uh, but when it comes to Hades, like you can see how he names other characters, like he calls Orpheus the boy, he calls Eurydice the girl, like again young man, songbird, and he uses children for his workers, and all these names have a kind of condescending vibe to it, like I'm the grown up here and you are the child, and I understand everything, you understand nothing, which is kind of again shows his authoritarianism and his loneliness in case of Hadestown. uh, and so and in case and with Persephone, I think it's kind of a little bit different. Like he surely uh, he, at the start at least he I don't think he puts her lower than himself. Like they're on the same level in terms of staging, uh, in terms their uh, uh, I'm really bad with words today. Like first he calls her lover, and I think it's his attempt to sweet talk her. And because he really missed her, I believe when he says that he missed her. Uh, but wait. Uh, okay. Um, I'm just again reading the comments. I think that in the start, when they aren't arguing uh, about all that problematic situation with him coming early and him inventing capitalism, he calls her lover to sweet talk her, uh, but um, but after she kind of um, critiques him in chant, he gets terribly offended because I think the whole sadness of chant is that he takes everything too personally, and personally not in the way he should take it, like not please stop doing what you're doing, it really messes up this whole thing. He just uh, he gets the message that Hades is stupid and I don't love him and he's a jerk. I I will uh I don't care what he does, instead of getting normal message. And he gets terribly offended. And I think for the most part in Hades Town, he kind of till how long. He tries to, avoid her in some way, and he tries to uh, not to look at her even, or I think he isn't looking much at her. Like in Why We Build the War, while we build the wall, he barely pays her any attention. And again, he doesn't even look at her, which is, I think, is the fence is the reason. Um, and I think that's partly why he doesn't call her by name. Um, what are you writing? Damn, I missed the comments. Please. Yeah, yeah, it's a reference to the wedding song, obviously. Yeah, I know that Chantu is the opposite of the wedding song. How long the pieces like this take me? I don't know. It takes forever. Like I'm really doing something with the background. Uh, so the things with the background takes really long. I wouldn't even put it in my commission list, to be honest, because I don't know how to price it. Because I really like. I started this stream in at 7:30 um of my time, and now it's 9:30 almost. So like we've been here 2 hours, and all it is like these trees and this wall that I gonna need to add some details onto in these bushes. Like I haven't done much in it was 2 hours. Um, yeah, they're in different key. Um, there are really a lot of connections in some songs. Like sometimes people write meta in Hadestown tag, and I read it and I'm like, I'm here for 6 months hyper analyzing this stuff, and I didn't get that thought, and that's really cool. Uh, oh, he got. Yeah, Hades' voice is super seductive. Um, Yeah, I agree. There is something new with every release, and uh, like generally, my art takes less because I usually like I usually draw like people half body and without the background, and these drawings they aren't taking long. Like for them, it's like 2 hours, if 2 hours, maybe 3 hours at maximum, like if I'm doing like a proper coloring. But for the background, it's like it's a horrible amount of time, and it's a horrible amount of effort, um uh which is usually I don't know, it's not always worth it, so to say. Like people usually love sketches more than they like the finished work, which I understand. Like the sketches have the whole vibe of possibilities in them. The finished work. Dark white. Um, uh, yeah. Uh, Thank you. Um, I for this from the one hand, I would like Hadestown to have a good ending, and Orpheus and Eurydice, coming out happy and together and alive. But at the same time, understand that if there were a happy ending, we wouldn't like the story so much. Like it's just it wouldn't hit so much. I think Hadestown gets you by that uh, tragedy, but both with hope that it might turn out better next time. And I think the fact that Orpheus turns out it's not like a sound, it's not like a sign of his weakness, but I think the idea is a little bit different. Is the fact that he couldn't trust himself, even though that he was absolutely capable to get through that challenge. I'm sorry, I'm starting to read because I understand that once the chat is gone, it's gone. Uh, funny. And also, I really enjoy that we have um, like it it wasn't in vain. Like all that way that Orpheus went through, it wasn't pointless. Uh, I think the tragedy is that he had to deal with it at a great personal cost. Uh, and like uh, I wouldn't agree with people. There are some people who are like, Orpheus is a fool. He shouldn't have turned like that's the whole point of the musical. Like it's a great poetry that Orpheus in the beginning uh wouldn't turn out. Damn, turn to face Eurydice. Uh, but once he saw Hadestown and what's happened in there, once once he saw the horrors of the world, he just couldn't make this challenge, which is really sad. But it's again very true. Like it's a very heartbreaking that arc that in the beginning he loses Eurydice because because he sees the way the world could be, and he actually tries to change it for better for Eurydice uh, to give her that food and shelter, but in different way by fixing the main problem, which is gods being in disagreement. But he doesn't see the real problem that's that is needed to be dealt with right here and right now, which is Eurydice being hungry and cold and without shelter. And in the end, he can't make this challenge because he finally saw the way the world is, and that's really uh, gets me every time in that story. Um, thank you, thank you for coming. Um, Goodbye. I actually like the line from the workshop uh, where where Hermes says after Epic 3, it wasn't so much as the kingdom fell, it just get it just got swept off his feet. Like it's such a beautiful line, and like all that wasn't a big deal. Like Hades, it wasn't the problem. You could have shown your wife your emotions, and you maybe should have done this capitalistic hell. Just saying, like you know. But again, it depends how we see the Hadestown, because I think Hadestown concept is really vague. Like there are a lot of questions in terms of Hadestown lore, uh, because we don't know if the walkers are really dead. Because when we learned that Eurydice kind of sold her soul, uh, Hermes said phrases it like, um what she was instead was dead to the world anyway. Like maybe she wasn't really dead. Maybe the walkers aren't really dead. Like, which gives a lot of questions in terms of how this whole thing works. Like, do does every dead person becomes the worker on Hades factories, or there are just people who sign the contract? Um, like, how does it works? Ah, damn! I really don't like these flowers. Y- It's funny, like every year they have these fights. Like you're joking. They're having you're laughing. They're having a fight and you're laughing. Man. I mean, again, does the story really restarts? There is actually a really good fic I read just yesterday that is kind of based on that idea of restarting, and that Hermes restarts the story in desperate hope of it turning out better next time. Uh, and it's a really good fic. Like I don't know. Um, yeah, yeah, I understand that. I mean, in terms of them being eaten by capitalism and forgetting themselves, like quite literally, like people who work like these workers would forget themselves because the capitalism is so cruel. But at the same time, like, why can't they go then? I mean, in terms of Hadestown, like, if Hades lets Eurydice go, why can't they go? Like, there are a lot of questions. Uh, yeah, imagine a whole lot of Orpheuses and Hades like, no, please, not you again. You annoying little boy. I hate how long it takes. uh, so slow. I'm like that with the animatic. But I'm also a person who procrastinates a lot. Like I procrastinate my animatic for a month, and then I come and like draw 10 frames, like, or maybe 30 seconds of the animatic, and then I'm like, well, guess bye for a month. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, there are a lot of things that can be interpreted in both ways, which is also kind of cool. Um, I'm enjoying it so much. I'm just at the same time, I really wanna finish with it. Uh, like it's always like that with the big works. You're like, please end there. I can't hold it no longer. Yeah, the sound of pure joy, pure joy. Again, it's kind of sad that I guess uh, the finished work always gets less attention than some regular sketch. And I don't know, Hades Persephone works just usually don't get a lot of attention in the fandom, at least on Tumblr. I think on Insta I have um, more active Hadestown fans who are into Hades and Persephone. So I'm like, I'm already getting my 80 likes. I mean, likes don't matter, like, don't matter much. Reblocks, it's all that matter. And the likes to reblocks ratio is always really sad to watch. Hey, this is all the cynical Orpheus. I actually think that Hades is more like Eurydice in terms of character. I mean, again, in terms of role, obviously he's paralleled with Orpheus, but in terms of character, he's very much Eurydice. Like he thinks about um, material goods and about practical needs uh, first. I just haven't seen. Well, it's kind of a logical thing to make uh, because what I like about Hades and the Persephone story in the musical uh, is that we often see that true love trope in the media, and we have Orpheus and Eurydice who are basically it's again this love from the first sign sight and with Hades and Persephone it's kind of the same, but we rarely see this subject explored when we see people falling in love and then years come by and they're still in love, but they have troubles, which I think kind of bought me in this pairing. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that they're kind of paralleled. It also makes me wonder whether Hades choose Eurydice partly because she's like him. Like he's very self-projecting, I think. Because if you think about his kiss the riot, for example, uh, where in the end he brings this challenge because it's hard for him to follow it, and he obviously self-projecting. What if he is self-projecting with Eurydice because he knows she will go with him? He knows that she won't trust Orpheus, who kind of betrayed her trust in a way by not providing her the security she needed, which is a sad topic to think about again. Uh, no, um, I'm kind of disagreeing that he. Um, I mean, he gives her what she needs, and I think it's kind of the opposite. What she wants is like Orpheus and his love, but what she needs at the moment is security and shelter and food because she's basically dying of hunger. Um, and Orpheus can't see it, and he can't listen. Like he's obviously not, evil for doing so. He just didn't listen, and like which is heartbreaking because he tried to solve the problem in his own way. Like Hades is literally that meme with the car. Like this bad boy can fit so much self-projecting in here. That be Hades. But well, again, it's yeah, he was successful in that regard. Uh, though again, I think he just says that to scare her off. Hades is just a very, in my opinion, he's very locked in his pain, and that's why he's self-projecting. But yeah, he kind of looks for someone who would appreciate that, but he obviously doesn't mean to change Persephone for Eurydice, in my opinion. Again, I mean, he just wants, in my opinion, all that Eurydice affair was about scaring Persephone. That like you can lose your place. Like there are plenty of people who would appreciate what I'm doing here, and you are unkind and ungrateful. I'm doing everything for you, basically. Uh, uh, and um, and but he doesn't want to change Persephone for somebody else, I think. Like he needs Persephone. I think he wants her to come running to him like, "Sorry, I was so wrong. You were so right about enslaving people and all that stuff. You were so right. Please take me back. I want to be your wife and live in your little capitalistic hell. Please, can I go?" I think that's one of the reasons why I think that nothing really happened in that office because he's really just showing off, like he's openly unties his tie, like he's like looking directly at Persephone, like, come on, come and stop me, like show that you care, and she doesn't give him the pleasure. Okay, what was um he was being snarky about Demeter. I don't know how to pronounce stuff. Actually, about the same fights each year. Uh, I think he again projects. Like, wait, you're just writing so fast. I don't think a story happens every year. I think that's well. Again, it may be understood otherwise. But I always got this line, like every year they have this fight, like they are fighting about Hadestown. I don't think they're exactly fighting about. Well, then I bring someone who would appreciate all I'm doing here. I think they're fighting about that capitalistic thing and about uh, coming too early and getting her too early. So that's my opinion. Uh, Again, these lines, think of it of as my embrace of you. It's very funny to see how different actors interpret it differently. Uh, because uh, Patrick Page is Hades in the Broadway recording. He's like, think of that of my embrace of you. Like he's setting for another victim. Like he's seeing Eurydice. But when you hear, for example, Timothy Hughes, he is and early Patrick Page, they're different. They pronounce this thing like they're thinking about Persephone in the first place. Like think of that of my embrace of you, and then they're like, oh, what a freaking good idea I just had. I'll make you jealous. uh, uh, okay, okay. Okay, but if I made, if I gonna make this, okay, please move, please move. What have I done? Confused artist noises. Please, please stop. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm talking with myself. Just regular artist experience of randomly talking to oneself. I just wanted to make more flowers. That's all. I'm just too tired of drawing them. Please help. Okay. Okay. We'll let it there. I'm also dying. I hate it. I hate them. There are too many. That's why actually you hate making, full illustrations. It's because I have so many dumb layers, and you haven't seen the version of the file that got corrupted. Actually, it was more horrible. Like it had like so many layers. Uh, Hades is covered in flowers. So pretty. His wife would appreciate that. Thank you. I just still kind of don't like how they look, but please don't do that. I don't know. I guess you're working on one layer mostly because I usually have a lot of layers there and there. Jeez. Like from the one hand, I'm afraid of working on only one layer. In case I mess something up. But from the other, so many layers. I don't name them properly, so it's always a pain in the butt. I like how with artists there are like two two big points, like people who draw everything on one layer and people who are like properly naming stuff. Yeah, yeah, it's the same. Like look at my layers. Layer 25. Like what the hell is the layer 25? Is it empty? Is there something there? I have no idea. I just have to find out. There is no way, there is no other way to find out what's happening. Yeah, I'm just really bad with organizing stuff. It's part of the reason why my animatic gonna take so damn long to finish. Because I actually I can show you what I have, um, but uh, but it's like I I almost got to Hades' last verse. Wait, no, I didn't get there. Damn, why did I choose the longest version of Chant 2? Why? Why did I do this? I actually I made Persephone's verse, and I got to that part like, could I change my fate? Could I change to that part? Uh, and it's like very sketchy. Um, but now I also, when I started it, I didn't understand how Clip Studio Paint animation really works. So I kind of didn't plan any of the cameras, and now I'm thinking how I gonna paint these frames clear, because apart from that 1 minute thing I posted on YouTube, there are like a ton of rough sketches. Um, so I'm like, I don't understand how this thing even works, and I don't know if I even get to the end of it all, because it I don't know, people who do animatics and who do cool animatics like Sab are like, I don't know, you guys are so cool. I have no idea how you do that, like, and how you do that so productive and fast. Like, there is that wait for me animatic that's actually is painted on with full illustrations and with backgrounds, and I'm like, man, you did it like in 1 month. It's insane. It's like the song is like 5 minutes long, and it's really insane. uh I really like your animatics so much. Like, I remember liking them even before we started talking. Like, I remember I was really impressed with How Long animatic, because I was thinking about doing How Long, and I saw this animatic and I was like, damn, that's a really good idea, and I can't use it now. Like, because damn, please, what the hell is happening? Please work. Damn, the program is lagging a bit. No, I mean, I maybe I will do How Long animatic still, since I got another idea for the piece. Like, at first also thought about that it can be set in his office, which is a logical thing to imagine. But uh, but lately, when it was 2 a.m. and I was walking in my room listening to How Long, I thought that it would be cool to actually set it in the living room, where Hayes is just like um, sulking, and then Persephone comes out and she's like, "Please stop messing around with that shit." Um, Chandler Bridge things. Well, they're doing mostly okay. I still haven't quit the thing, which I'd say that is okay. I'm usually really bad with finishing big projects, but I've done more than half of the song at the moment. Like, I could have shown. I can show you this mess if the YouTube won't copycat it. Like, wait, I will find it. Like in in case of how long, I think the biggest trouble that I had is the fact that there is another how long animatic, not Sam's, um, but it's kind of very much the same, like in terms of not that it's like somebody stole something from someone, but it's just like have similar ideas because a lot of people are thinking about The Office, and like I also had more or less the same image. Wait, I gonna open the animatic file. Wait, I hope it doesn't crash. Thank you. I'm glad you're liking the living room idea. Wait, wait a second. I'll do it. I wanted to put it in on YouTube, but then I thought that I won't be doing this. I also don't like how it is very uncomfortable to work with such a huge timeline, because I don't know how to organize a thing. Yeah, that's here we are. It's just like it takes years to scroll. Um, wait a few minutes. It's getting there. Okay, it's almost there. Almost there. Like it's the thing I'm living with. Okay. It's all right. Here we are. Uh, I'm just it's very uncomfortable to scroll. I think maybe I should try to work with some key buttons, because it's very uncomfortable. Like without preview, I can't navigate, but with the preview, please work, please. Damn guys. Okay, wait a sec. I'm gonna show you what I have. Hope you'll be impressed. Damn, this is loud. Can you hear it now? Damn. You should be hearing this. I can make it louder. I don't know. I just put it really. Okay, I'll make it louder. It should be louder than me.
Man, now it seems that you've made quite a strong impression on my wife. But it takes more than singing songs to keep a woman in your arms.
That's all. That's all I made. Okay, you do not save it, please. That's actually all I made. Thanks. I'm happy you enjoyed it. I'm just that's really time consuming. I'm thinking about how I'll have to clean this thing, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. Please don't make me do this. Thank you, thank you. Actually, this always makes me sad. You really see lines when she's like, "Can I change my fate?" And all that. Just super sad. Really sad. I actually really like chant reprise. Um, it was, it was the hardest thing to choose what chant reprise to take for the animatic, because I kind of I also like the London one, because there is a good Hades verse, and also Persephone's verse that got cut. But Hades verse about his people betraying him, like he says, like, lovers leave, brothers betrayed, so turn like weather on a windy day, and I really like that line. Um, but at the time, I didn't like London chorus, so I was like, no, I'm not taking this one. And lately, I re-listened and I was like, damn, this was good. uh, well, it's it's also a novelty. Like a lot of people in the comments said that they previously never heard this verse before, because they probably haven't watched that Broadway preview tutorial. Um, because I really wanted to include Persephone's verse, and the biggest battle was which one. Um, I'm actually really delighted. I was able to put a little Hades Persephone kiss in the thing. That's why this thing exists. That's why this thing exists. So I would put a little peck in it. What a reason to survive! They have only one kiss in the musical. I'm struggling. Don't laugh at me. One chick kiss. Come on. Also find different stagings are pretty cute. Like in the London version, in Road to Hell, he stands up when Persephone is presented to the audience, and he like claps really in a really delighted way, like, yeah, that's my wife, and it's very cute. I'm sending God cards. Yeah, they have a 4 minute cuts and some hand holding. It's very sweet. Like, I'm being a Hades Persephone shipper is like you are looking at the same like three gifts for months, and you're like, oh my god, this it's so cute. They hold hands. Oh my god, it's so cute. They're married. I'm not joking. It's really like that. Like feeling a complete fool. But you're like you coming in circles. You coming in circles. Like you are thinking about the same things over and over again. Yeah, check the London slime. Like the most disturbing thing in London version is Orpheus, in my opinion. Like he's just I just don't like him. Like he's too mature and he kind of guilt trips Eurydice. In if it's true, I'm like, you jerk. You're like, I don't like you. Don't you dare uh to guilt trip Eurydice, like you idiot. Oh, there was a really cute fanfic about Hades not being able to play because he was too distracted by Persephone when she explained the rules. And she's like, "You could have, asked me to explain again." He's like, "I wanted to impress you." It's very cute fanfic. I'm like, I know a fanfic that started exactly like that. Uh, okay. I really like that interview with Amber Gray when she's like, Patrick sucks at dominoes, I always win. So yeah, it's my headcanon. Persephone just rules in that. Hades sucks in playing that. Mm. Oh god, we finished the flowers. My god. Maybe another 100 of years. Like, guys, you are already sitting here. Some of you are sitting here for 3 hours straight. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Uh, yeah, he's better at Jenga. Like, you need to build walls. He's the best at it. Yeah. That's the thick. That's the thick. It's really cute one. I don't know. Our dominoes are so hard to play because I remember playing as a kid, and it's like I thought of it as a relatively simple game. Like, I really like the fact that they're playing dominoes because it's like ultimate game for children and old people. And they're so old. They're like, I need to collect my bones. Oh damn, like I can talk about Hadestown for hours. Like I just I'm sitting at home, I have nobody to talk about it. Like I tried to make my little sister watch it, and she was like, what's the point of them starting again? But I'm like, don't you see? It's deep. But she's like 12. Like what does she understand? Like she didn't like it as much as I hoped she would. And it's always devastating when somebody uh when like one of your friends, for example, uh doesn't like the thing the same way you do, or like don't like it at all, and I'm like, please, it's so good. um I'm like, imagine imagine Hades making his workers teach him how to play dominoes to be like the cool guy at this. Damn, I have so many layers. I hate myself. Why do I have so many layers? It's it's really sad. I actually I don't I usually try to uh, make people make only people who would enjoy the thing watch it, because I'm usually get upset when people don't understand their the beauty that I found in the thing, which is normal. Like people are different, but I'm like uh, it doesn't stop me from getting upset. So I'm like giving Hadestown only to people to the people I can trust. It sounds silly, but um, stop worrying your cat. It's strange my cat still hasn't got around. She's like she likes to come about and sit her butt on my hands as I draw, which makes it a really difficult task because she like needs a lot of attention. She's like Hades in that way, like makes everything about herself, which again proves that Hades is in fact a cat. Um, yeah, that fic where he gave Winter to Persephone is really cute. Um, I like Hades' snake idea so much. But like people know about that. Um oh, I also like how in Winter Night Summers, or yeah, we are talking about this fic a lot. How when Hades meet Persephone for the first time, she like says like are you coming for me? And he's like, well, not yet. I came for business. And she's like, that's right. When I come with you, winter will fall. And he's like, I don't know what winter is. And a really cute and heartbreaking thing is that he suddenly, as a love struck fool, he thinks that the winter is a child they're gonna have, because at that point there is no winter as a concept, because Persephone stays full time with her mother. Yeah, me talking about the fanfics I read. Stay tuned. Best streams. Talking about tons of fanfics I've read. You're gonna enjoy that. I also, I also really like how Hadestown fic writers are very into the idea of injuring Hades in the mines. Like there are at least 5 or even more fics where Hades gets hurt in the mines, and Persephone comes to see him. People do love hurt comfort in this fandom. Like you can't blame them. Please don't cry. I actually, when I read the unmoored unmoored chapter of the fanfic, I was so hurt. Like honestly, I was really stricken. It's healing, the healing, yes, and in my brain, just come healing with Patrick Page just sounds right now. Damn, I'm an idiot. I could have listened to to my Spotify right now. Oh come on, we all love good old shirt comfort. Comfort, like can't blame. Best rope. But it's funny. It's funny nevertheless how everybody is like, oh, Hades should hurt himself in the mines because he's an emo boy. I have such a big Hades Persephone playlist actually, that is partly based on Winter Night and Summers, or yeah, and part of the songs are from your playlist. Yeah, kind of. Uh, I really like Cold as the Night, um, and I really like Now You Know by Anais Mitchell. It's like really gets with the thick well. Yeah. There are a lot of fics. Like I counted at least 5, and there are like there is one Russian one that you probably haven't read, where both of them got trapped in the mines and Hades gets injured. Uh, I guess I'm gonna draw for about 30 or 40 minutes or more, and then I'll stop because it's like it's 10:30 p.m. right now, and I'm getting a bit tired. Like, you see how long does it take? Like, I haven't I haven't really done anything. Like, I hope that I gonna finish the whole thing today, but probably not. It's just like it's actually one of the reasons why I'm also hesitant to add digital art in my commission list because it's very very tiresome. Uh, well, it's understandable that Hermes and the Fates have less like fanfics. Damn, why I'm keeping the timeline? I'm an idiot. Wait, wait, I haven't read that one. Uh, do you have a link? Maybe I would I would like to read it. Sounds interesting. Uh, I just noticed that um, the flower beds are kind of mixing too much um, with these brushes. So I guess I need to fix it. Wait, wait. Yeah. Well, actually, I actually love when the fics have a bromance between Persephone and Hermes. I think it's really sweet. Like I like Hermes. Actually, it's fun to me that I guess nobody has done a Hadestown and Doctor Who crossover yet. But like the concept is like really really good for the crossover. Like, have you thought about that? Like, imagine the Doctor coming to place where people are started in time loop, and a few of these people are gods, and they just can't solve their problems. Um, like it would be interesting. It would be an interesting concept. I would read that, even though I'm not a huge fan of reading Doctor Who fan fiction. No, it's sad when fics don't update. I have a story about a fic that literally updated once in 2 years. I at some point I thought that I have, a gift of foreseeing, because I was like, oh, I haven't checked on that fic for like a good 2 years. What if it updated? And it's like, and I'm coming to that to the page, and it updated like yesterday. I was like, what the hell? I have the powers of predicting when the new chapters will arrive. Oh my god. I need to go to a TV show to show my might. Okay, I guess it looks better now. Like, doesn't melt that much. Why I'm even, drawing these branches, I guess they're gonna be covered by the leaves anyway. Like, imagine here I'm not really disturbed. Like, I'm not spending half hours listening to the music and not drawing at all. Like, imagine how much does it take me to paint a thing on a regular basis. Like, you understand why I have such a brief updates. It's why actually I'm mostly drawing traditionally. Because making an artwork in watercolors is just less time consuming. Like, it's like one evening for me, at least. Like, some people are obviously um, more skilled than me in terms of watercolor painting. Uh, oh, that's sad. That's actually sad. Please, Hermes. Actually, somebody talked about Paper's animatic. Uh, that it's strange that there have only been one. What's strange for me is that there is only like one animatic of Word to the Wise, which I find kind of weird. I'm I'm so stupid. I should have started the animatic with "Word to the Wise" because I really like it. It's like the first song uh that got me thinking that I should make an animatic, and it's like only 1 minute. I would be done already, but I didn't. I actually have some good ideas about how I can make it, but I didn't got around to actually make it. I would love to make Doubt comes in also, but I like there are so many great animatics you can make, but it just takes so much effort, and I'm just so sad that I'm so that I'm so slow with that. So when people are like making animatics really fast, I'm like, well, maybe I should stop procrastinating and finally get to work and like I'm just kind of feeling bad about me being really slow. I also like Way Down Hadestown reprise, but I just uh, don't have much ideas of that. So I really like at that moment when Eurydice is like, I have to go. And the Fates are like, go where? Go back. Where is that? Like it's very tragic. I I also like the first Way Down Hadestown, but like it's there is like I guess one Way Down Hadestown, and I'm just thinking about how many characters you have to draw, and even the fact that I have to draw Eurydice just stresses me out. To be honest, because I'm not feeling that confident while drawing women, and when I think about drawing Eurydice, um, I'm thinking how she would probably wouldn't look like herself in different frames. Actually, animatics are so cool because they let you see how people interpret different scenes like absolutely in the opposite way. And it's also even more interesting when people haven't seen slime tutorials. Um, because they would paint everything exactly as they see in their minds, which is really cool in itself. Like their creativity isn't connected to a certain version, which is really cool. But I have a lot of fears, connected with animatics because I feel like you want your animatic to look pretty, but I'm constantly afraid that the dynamics just will disappear. And with that first part of my chant reprise that is better drawn, I I'm really concerned uh, about the fact that the faces are kind of off. Like I'm looking at Orpheus' face, and I understand that it's like completely different in two different frames because I can't keep the same face, and I'm like really afraid that all the dynamic will disappear if I try to um, um make it better drawn. Like that's the appeal of the sketches, right? Mm. And it's also you don't want it to you don't want it to do the same things do the same thing the other artists already made. uh like 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 I wouldn't want to use the same idea of the usage of Hades cabinet in How Long. That's, for example, Sam did. Um, though it's a really cool idea. I really like. I really like how he's in glasses because I thought about him wearing reading glasses a lot, and then I'm seeing this animatic, and I'm like, oh damn, somebody did it before me. uh, I just really like the concept, and I'm like, damn, it's already used. I'm just like the idea of Hades having reading glasses. Um, don't be sorry. You kind of envisioned a great idea and you drew it. It's great. But like somebody did it first. Um, but I also liked um, that scene where Hades goes to the bar, which is kind of very funny when I think about it, because in the other How Long animatic that I've seen, there is also that scene with him going to the cabinet and uh, getting uh, the glasses for wine, uh, which I also kind of always interpreted it differently, and it's very funny how the two of you had the same idea, that he would like be um, like offering a glass of wine, because for me it was like how to say, it was like an offense, like go drink somewhere, not in my office, somewhere in a different place, like go again, and I'm offended that you are drinking, and I want to hurt you. And I never thought of it as an invitation to drink in his office, like. Also, I like the interpretation, how every artist has a different interpretation of um, how the characters pronounce the lines. Because I really like how Patrick Page plays Hades, but In How Long, I would say that he looks mostly indifferent, like in what you can see in How Long. And when I heard his voice in the recording, I thought that when he was saying like that line, uh, and nothing comes of the songs people sing, however sorry they are. I always thought that he kind of says it to to himself and about himself, like that he's sorry that everything happens this way, even though he isn't ready to admit it. And Patrick plays it differently, and it's funny to see how people interpret that line. Yeah, yeah, I absolutely understand why why you thought that, but I just had that pretty insulting image that like go on, drink, like that's all you can make. You can only drink and run from your problems. Like I thought it was insulting in a way to show her uh, uh, she's pain at the fact that she's drinking, because it's hard to be with a person who's constantly drinking. Like really hard. Um, well, I can understand mishearing the lines. Like for some reason, I always when I listen to the recording, I always hear like you and your pity don't fit in, not in my bed, but it feels like he's saying bend, like I see end there always, and I'm like when I saw the lyrics and I saw that he's saying mm, bed all 3 times, I was like wow, it was that word. It was funny because somebody on Tumblr wrote that they misheard that line from the workshop where Hades is like uh, woman quicker than the asp, and they misheard it as woman quicker than the s, which is very hilarious. I laughed a lot. He just drinks of sadness. Like if you look at him uh, when Persephone goes to sing up on top, he takes a glass and he drinks. But I don't think he drinks that much. I don't think he's like, abusing the drink as Persephone does. I actually think it's one of the reasons why there is so much misunderstanding. Like, I can understand why he wouldn't want to talk with her drunk. Like, it's it's actually really hard enough and upsetting to speak with someone who's drunk. Um, yeah, the idea of hate is just hibernating in the summer. Ah, almost finished the trees. Are you feeling that? Are you feeling how much work I've done here? Because I'm not. I'm not. Okay, I guess I'm gonna finish this big tree, and then we're gonna say goodbye. You know what's sad? It's the fact that I guess that Amber Gray said that she believes that Persephone doesn't write Hades letters during spring and summer. So like uh, he's even more disconnected from Persephone than you might think, which is really makes me sad because imagine having basically the only person who is close to you emotionally, and they are like unavailable, unavailable, unavailable to talk to for like half a year, and they don't want to talk to you. It's, it's actually really sad. I think she feels complicit because she can't. Well, first of all, like their ways of dealing with that relationship problems are different. Like she's very passive in Hadestown. If you just pay attention to that, like she isn't trying to solve the problem, like because she doesn't know how to. Well, Hades is actively trying to solve their relationship problem. He just makes it so much worse by that. Um, but I think she is obviously really complicit in that because she drinks and because she kind of, I think she gave up on trying uh, to talk sense in him. And as I said, she isn't a great talker. Like look at Chant. She's not really good at talking. Like the way she sets that problem uh, is kind of like her speech. She starts with "It's warm, it's hot, it's too hot, it's too bright," and only after that she goes to the point, and uh, she doesn't really get that point really clearly. I don't think Hades understand what's the problem, why she doesn't like Hadestown. Like it's obvious why she doesn't like Hadestown, but it's not obvious for him. It isn't obvious for him that him coming early is actually the reason this problem begins altogether. Again, in my opinion. Wait. Couple therapy isn't available here. In Hadestown universe, we have only songs. They are free. Orpheus also needs couple therapy. Like, yeah, she just tells him what she doesn't like, and again, he takes it too personally. Like, I think she actually talks sense a bit in her last verse, but the problem is that she starts it with "Lover, what have you become?" Like, I don't know you anymore. And I think, again, judging by Patrick's acting and by his expression, he stops there. He just got stuck on that thought because he takes it personally. He takes it as I don't know you anymore. I don't love you anymore. You are doing you can do nothing to stop me from leaving you. And I think he just gets too into that idea, which again. Um, uh, doesn't let him see the constructive things she's pointing out. Uh, yeah. What if Hades just named it a town Hadestown because she's like, what does my life likes? I guess she likes me. I gonna name the town Hadestown so she would remember to like me. Damn, guys, you're already here for 3.5 hours. It's horrible. Why would you do that? Okay, I'm almost ready with that tree. Um, uh, and I guess I'm gonna end it there. Because I think I'm tired, and I guess you are tired too of watching me doing some strokes. Okay, well, like look, what we've done today. Well, I think the hardest part, the background, is more or less over, and I'm only left with finishing this bad boy, aka the wall, and this bad boy, aka Hades. But I guess I'm gonna do it off screen. I don't think the universe will handle another stream that is that long. So I guess bye for now. Thanks for coming. I'm actually really surprised that so many people. I see 6 people, and most of them been there for most of the stream, and it's really impressive. Thank you, thank you. I hope you liked talking about Hadestown because I liked it. Okay, bye for now. Maybe gonna see you for another time in another stream. Bye.